if they're not your ideal client, then why do you care? Well, welcome back to the Twin Win, the only live stream on the internet that helps you get the twin win of succeeding in business while winning at home so that you can stop existing and start living. I go live almost every weekday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'm here today to ask you guys, if it's not your ideal client, why do you care? So I had a recent experience, and because I don't care about people that aren't my... Listen, I care about people. I don't care about the opinions. That's what I should say. I don't care about the opinions of people who aren't my ideal client when they're talking about my business and what I do. You see, so I've kind of totally spaced off thinking about this, but it occurred to me, maybe you are struggling with this. So I'm going to share this with you. This is kind of a really personal insight into my life and what's going on. But my wife received an email from her sister, and in the email, her sister really kind of went off about how what I'm talking about is garbage, and how that's not how productivity works. That's not how goal achievement works. And I don't know what I'm talking about, all of these things, right? And it just rolled off my back. I didn't even care. I mean, this was, weeks ago that she received this. That's how long it's been. I haven't even been thinking about it. But the thought occurred to me, you might need to hear this. So my wife told me, and here's the thing. My wife's sister her and her husband, they own a business. They own a brick and mortar business. They are physical therapists, and so they are working with their bodies. Even though they use their minds in school to get their degrees and all of that great stuff, technically they're working with their bodies. They don't really work with their minds a lot. It's physical things, and it's a physical building. So when my wife told me this, I said, well, she's right if she were to try to apply these principles. She's not my ideal client. I work with knowledge workers, people that are working from home, people that are building a business online in a virtual space, a virtual coaching or a speaking career, even if it's live, even if it's in person, but it's speaking, it's knowledge work. They're not working with their backs, they're working with their brains. And everything that I present to you, everything that you hear from me comes from these books behind me. It comes from the research. It comes from science. It comes from knowledge. And as soon as the newest idea or research or study is released, I go and look at it and see, do I need to change some of the things I'm teaching, or do I need to, for example, I used to teach about your day just being, an 8-hour day and how you could work 8 hours. And then science came out and said, hey, as a knowledge worker, you really only get about 6 hours of your brain to work. So working 8 hours is like working uphill. So I switched, right? So that's what I had to remember is, not only is what I'm doing science-based, and maybe I didn't go get my doctorate or go to a prestigious school and get a piece of paper, but I've read an awful lot of books. I've talked with a lot of people. I've hung out with people like Dean Graziosi and Brendon Burchard and talked about these things. I've hung out with a lot of other really high-level entrepreneurs. Some of you may be watching. Amazing people, all of you, if you are, by the way, thank you. You're watching. I've learned so much. And these methods work. If they didn't work, Dean Graziosi would not have had me come and teach it to his students. So they work. Not only did it work for them, for Dean's students, it's worked for thousands of my own clients, thousands of my own students that I've helped and worked with. So the idea here is I shouldn't care about that. Here's what happens for a lot of people. They hear something like that, and then it makes them, I got to shrink. I didn't even have that. I didn't even think, maybe I shouldn't post anymore. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. I didn't think that. I just said, well, she's not my ideal client. And I don't want you to shrink. I don't want you to stop sharing because you got a troll or a family member or somebody who doesn't understand what you're doing, who's not your ideal client, telling you that it's a bunch of garbage. Because it's going to happen. If it hasn't happened already, it will happen. You will have even a loved one, a family member, say, you're a liar, you're a cheat, it's garbage, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, whatever. And you're going to want to shrink. That's not your ideal client. And that's okay. That is okay. You don't have to market to them. You don't have to convince that person. I didn't even try. My wife didn't try. She didn't write an email back. She didn't say, hey, this has been proven and this is what Josh has been doing and this is how we see clients succeed and how we see other people succeed and how we've been invited into these groups because of the success. We just left it alone. Didn't even reply. And that's my invitation to you. When you have that person, if you haven't already, you will, but when you have that person that's close to you, that offends you, that criticizes you, that scares you into thinking, I need to retract, I need to play small again. Don't do it. Don't play small. If you're playing small right now because it happened, stop it. Stop playing small, play big, and get yourself out there. Get yourself in front of the people who need you. Get yourself in front of the people who want to hear from you. Those people need what you have. They need your message. They need your story. They need your power. They need your product. They need your service. So get in front of them and don't worry about the people that don't need you, that aren't your ideal client. Let them say whatever they want to say. You help the people you're called to help. Who did God put you on this earth to help? You send your message out for them. They'll come. It'll be a beacon to them. They will come. But you got to put your message out and you got to invite, and they will come. You send out the beacon, they will come. But you need to stop worrying about playing small for fear of what other people who aren't even your ideal clients are going to say. That's my message to you today. My invitation to you, my call to action, is for you to this week, before this week is out, to get on social media and do something big. Do something big, hairy, and audacious. Okay? Something that scares the pants off of you to think about it for fear of what someone might say. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I challenge you to do it. And I promise you, when you get done, you're still going to be alive. No one's going to hurt you. You're going to feel good about it. You're going to enjoy it. And I promise you, somebody, even if they don't let you know that they needed to hear that, somebody will hear that because they needed it. All right? So this is my advice to you today. Stop playing small. Stop letting other people who aren't your ideal clients dictate what you do. You need to get the twin win of succeeding in business, and that means growing your business while winning at home so that you can stop existing and start living. That's my advice to you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time. Bye.